What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and here's the bar setup. Pause the video if you want to see it. But today we'll be going over the gold bar, and I gotta say, this gun is fantastic. So I'm gonna go ahead over some tips and tricks for you guys today about the bar. And I just want to introduce the gameplay real quick. So whenever I bring you guys these gun guides, or not gun guides, I should say, but rather camo guides for each individual gun, I'm not really going to be going for any crazy gameplay. If it happens, it happens, but I really just want to get some gameplay showcasing the gold camo as well as the playstyle with each weapon, and the scoreline I'm not too focused on, so I just want to point that out. But anyways, one of the things you may notice in the top left corner is the fact that I'm at 78 to 80 ping, and this gun is not very good at this ping. I just want to point that out, and the reason being is it has an extremely slow fire rate. The bullet velocity is also not really extremely high whenever you're trying to run FMJ. You might want to put lengthened on as well, but personally I like FMJ for wall penetration kills. So anyways, that's all I have to say about the gameplay, but yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the bar. The bar is quite difficult to get gold, I'm not even going to lie, and it's because there is a attachment called the scythe barrel, and the scythe barrel is really difficult to use. I was struggling, and whenever I mean struggling, I mean getting my ass handed to me while I was trying to complete the challenge for the scythe barrel. And what you have to be doing is you have to be getting movement kills while using the scythe barrel, some other proficiency. It might be like acrobatic or something. I can't remember the proficiency. And then there's like another attachment. You guys will see when you get to it. And I made a really bad mistake that I want you guys to not make whenever you're going for it. So one, I tried doing it in hardcore. Hardcore right now is very controversial in my opinion without the anti-cheat being in the game. I've been shot through so many walls that I just shouldn't have been, so I really don't recommend playing hardcore right now until anti-cheat drops. Unless, you know, that's all you play, then by all means, go ahead. But I tried to do it in hardcore just because in core it was just so difficult to use in my opinion, just because my setup was not optimal. So whenever you use that setup, do not make the same mistake I did where you kit out the gun for speed. I really was kitting the gun out for speed because I was like, it has a crazy fire rate, I want to be up in people's faces. The bar's movement speed is just so slow, it's extremely inaccurate with that barrel that you're just going to get dumpstered on. Don't do it. Don't make that mistake I did. It made getting this gun extremely painful, and I just couldn't figure out why until I realized that my class setup was just dookie dog cheeks, if that's the best way I could put it. So anyways, the play style for the bar, how do you want to play with the bar? This one is pretty much just a carbon copy of the Itra burst whenever it comes to play style. You really just kind of want to lay back, post up. The movement speed on this gun is extremely slow. And we're talking like 8 miles per hour in the stats. If you guys don't know, most guns are about 10 to 11 miles per hour of movement speed. Also, I want to point this out real quick. The reason I'm sitting here spamming the fire bombing run call-in is because bombing runs block any other airstreak from coming in. So fire bombing run, strafe run, bombing run, they all block each other out. So bombing run spam is crazy. So many people running bombing runs, and it's extremely hard to get strafe runs and fire bombing runs in. Hopefully they do something about that for the future. But back to the bar. So yeah, the bar, it's just a gun you really want to post up with. It's a gun you really just want to play angles with, kind of like the Itra burst. It's not a rusher's gun, it's a looker's gun. But one of the things that's really good about this gun is the BMG rounds make this gun really good. And the recoil booster is another attachment you can use if you want. I had a suppressor on this gameplay, but you can run the recoil booster as well. It's going to increase your fire rate. You will lose a little bit of first shot accuracy, but I can promise you that the recoil booster is a great option to run on this gun because, again, the fire rate is so slow that sometimes it might be hard to track enemies and, you know, keep your aim up, especially because, like I said, there's bullet velocity. Bullet velocity isn't really all that strong on this gun, in my opinion, if you're using something like without lengthened, or you're not using any attachments that really increase that bullet velocity. So I would recommend trying to go for some bullet velocity attachments if you aren't liking this build, but I promise you this build slaps on a low ping. It really does. So the remove stock is probably one of my favorite attachments for this gun, and I'm going to recommend you guys keep it on unless the gun forces you to not run this attachment, simply because it's just so slow, and ADS walking makes this gun just so much better because you can strafe and try to outgun people a lot easier. Also, you really want to kit this gun out for flinch resistance. The flinch, for whatever reason, whenever I'm using this gun, seems higher than other guns. I don't know how true that is, but at least in my play time, it feels that way. So I'm trying to make sure I am not using attachments that are going to reduce my or increase my flinch, but I'm using attachments that are reducing my flinch. And I'm finding out that is helping me a lot with this gun, and it's making me a lot more successful. Also, again, using cover a lot with this gun is going to be very important. One of the things as well is this gun has extremely high bullet penetration. This is one of the best guns in the game to get people off cover. It just rips through walls. It's like a 3-shot kill with the 50 BMG rounds, if not a 2-shot through certain walls. So it's crazy good. You can combine with the piercing vision perk, so whenever enemies are suppressed, you could just see them right through the wall and then just wall bang them. That was something I used for whenever it came to the wall bang kills you have to get with this gun. That's another perk or camo requirement. So piercing vision is definitely going to help you guys get this gun gold whenever you're doing that challenge. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully this helps you out. Let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys all with hopefully the MP40 next, because I got that one gold recently. So we'll go over that one next. Anyways, peace out.